If you're from the North Shore, Massachusetts, and drove up and down Route 1 at any point in your life, you've probably seen this building that's on screen right now. And what you might have heard about this building is that there's some type of sinister, true crime-related case attached to it, which is kind of the case, but not really. This is the case of Valarie Fiorenza. Welcome to The Search. Let's get into it. You like Prince House, Al?
Prince House, yeah, I enjoy it.
How many times have you been there, would you say? The career times?
At least 100 times.
You really think you've been there 100 times?
At least. Every single sports function when I was younger was at Prince.
Really?
They used to have an unbelievable lunchtime buffet, too.
Used to have fucking goldfish
which
in
we
that
could
thing,
blame.
too.
We could blame Anthony Fauci for that one.
Yeah.
That ever since COVID happened.
That thing was great at one point.
They just stopped doing it. Mm-hmm. The goldfish.
There used to be goldfish in that thing.
The salad bar.
Mm-hmm.
The bread.
Yep. How do you feel about the takeout pizza?
I prefer it in. I prefer to eat it inside.
Right.
I think that's a type of pizza that sits better when you eat it right on the spot than when
It's one of the
I think
only-
most pizzas sit better
It's one of the only tolerable pan pizzas that I can tolerate.
in the country.
Which is redundant. Yeah.
You don't like Greek pizza?
No.
I think it's closer to Greek than it is Italian.
100%
Pizza-wise.
Yeah, look at the crust. The crust tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
A little puffy,
I got that last week, Prince.
but it's so crushable.
Oh, it's crushable.
It's so crushable. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it is.
You
It's
can just crush
crushable.
that bad Larry
Yeah.
down, man.
They got good tenders,
Yeah.
toasted ravioli. They got a little bit of everything there.
That place, I don't think it's one of those places that just-
Institution.
yeah.
So I like to say that places like that are an institution. All of Route 1 is unbelievable.
It really is. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I know it's got, first of all, how much worse has the traffic gotten?
It's brutal.
It's insane.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. I mean, you being maybe, if the Border Cafe had a rewards program, would you lead at all time in points?
I'd be up there.
You'd be on
I'd be
on some
top
kind of
5, top
banner,
10, yeah.
some type of banner, a retired number
Yeah.
even.
Yes.
They'd have a jersey up there in the rafters for you.
I
And
would
you've
agree.
actually reawakened my love in Border.
The Border's
I'm a
the
Border
best.
guy now, and I owe that to you.
Border's a perfect lunch spot.
It really is. If you get the right, yeah. I mean, you and Nico
Food
approach.
comes quick. You
It
got
does.
sodas the size of a fucking
Your head.
gallon.
It's nuts,
Delicious.
and it tastes different too.
Yeah, that hit's great. I would say that's the second best fountain soda on the face of the planet behind McDonald's.
It's that crazy. You think the McDonald's Diet Coke
Yeah.
is that crazy?
I will say Border did change their cups, and I wish they
God.
would have had the old cups.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's on point. Jack, how many times have you been to the Border? Have you been to the Border a lot?
I've never been there.
I almost feel like we need a new producer at this point.
Jack.
This is
We
great.
gotta
You've
get
never been
him
to
out
the
there.
Border. Have you been to Prince House of Pizza?
Yeah, I've been to Prince.
So you're not a Route 1 guy.
I'm a Malden guy, but I mean,
I
like
mean,
Hockey
Malden.
Town, all that. But no, not necessarily.
See, Malden's like a thing if you're not from the
He
right
only goes
side
to
of Malden.
621.
Like I've always gone west.
Where are you
like,
at on 621? Have you been?
No.
Dude,
This is a fucking lie. Who is this guy?
are you from the Medford side?
Yeah,
The all
like
season table side and shit?
yeah. I know all seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I can't believe he's
100%.
never been to 621 in Malden.
621 for a long time was the best sports bar pub food in my opinion.
It might still be.
I don't know about that. I
I
hate
love
to
that
say
place.
it. Me and my father hate to admit it. That was our spot for a while. I mean, I'll never get sick of the 621
I love the
personally.
621.
I mean, you're talking Malden. I'm talking like Dockside, that kind of.
See, I was never a dockside guy.
No.
No,
I mean, Dockside's not bad, but
it was decent. 621 institution.
621's also where you got roofied with a gummy one time. Do you remember that? And you couldn't reach for the nachos? Do you remember that story?
Oh my God, yes, dude.
And
I
you
was
were bugging.
fucked.
He was like, I think I have ALS, is what he was saying.
Yeah.
He thought he had Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah, they're never inviting me to the captain's ball
Because he
again.
couldn't reach for the nachos because
I was numb. I was I didn't know what the fuck
back
was
in the
happening
day,
to
me and
dude.
Marc Lewis
This
had a
was like-
podcast, and
Yeah.
someone's sponsor sent us some gummies, and we decided to take the gummies at the behest of one of our co-hosts.
Yeah, at the
basically
time.
drugged us and was like, "Oh, they're not that bad," and
It
you
was-
were
I
lights
was
out.
fried.
Yes,
Fried.
your arms weren't working.
Nothing was working, man. I'm lucky my mouth moved.
Yeah.
I was toasty McNugget. That
was very
brutal.
funny.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was an awful experience.
That's the 621.
I just remember staring at the nachos, just being like, Like it was systems offline.
If you told me my last meal was a cheeseburger club from the 621, I'd die a happy man.
Totally fine with that.
I'd die a happy man.
What's your last happy meal? What's your last meal?
Like last meal ever?
Sure, if you
Thanksgiving. Like, just give me the Thanksgiving dinner.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's such a basic bitch.
I know.
answer.
Yeah, Pat. All right. You know.
Do you know what
It's
my
your life.
favorite? What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Mashed potatoes. Hands
Mine's
down.
lasagna and stuffed artichokes.
Just
1, 2. Turkey's like number 95 on the list.
Yeah, I like turkey skin more.
a good stuffing.
Pat's really off the beaten path here, man.
Give me a
Do
steak.
you like a turkey gobbler sandwich? You big. Oh, that's weird.
See, I can't do the Thanksgiving sandwich if
mushy.
you've never been. Yeah, it's like a big hullabaloo of shit.
Yeah, shout out my Aunt Patty. She would make the greatest leftover Thanksgiving. Just put everything in a sandwich into the night after you're eating and drinking, and then right at the end of the night, those sandwiches come out. It's the greatest.
That's different though. I'll say a homemade one. It does hit the spot different.
But the places that like try and do them,
Yes, I'm.
nah, don't do that.
It's a mush.
Yeah, don't do it. It's just it's a big.
You need some crunch or something.
Yeah,
like
you need something.
homemade.
Jack, what's your last meal?
a steak, medium rare, heavy on the rare.
I like it. So you're
Just
like
a
a rare
steak.
plus.
Rare plus.
Like
Got you.
like medium rare, but
Okay.
more on the rare side.
What's your
Okay.
favorite steakhouse?
Honestly, like I love a Texas Roadhouse steak. I love going
I respect
to
it. I do
like,
respect it. I have to respect.
like,
I have no choice but to respect it.
the filet.
I have no choice but to respect it.
Quick 8-ounce filet. That's all you need.
I don't hate it. Al.
What else do you
I
need?
don't hate it. I'm
Well,
not gonna
I
lie
would
to you.
say a filet is the worst cut you can get from a steakhouse. You need something with a little more fat, a little bit of like marbleization.
Oh,
You
you're
need,
one
like,
of
a
these
ribeye.
steakhouse snob guys.
You need
I
a- you need
can't.
a
All the
ribeye.
North End guys tried to give me shit for ordering the fucking filet forever, and now I'm a New York strip guy.
You like the strip?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
I'm
I
a
do.
ribeye guy till the day I die.
really.
I'm not trying to rhyme, but I did. So.
Well, you know, some people are just good at shit.
You need to step your steakhouse game up. And I love the Texas Roadhouse.
I went to the Capitol Grill with my girlfriend and her parents. Got it all hyped up. I mean, it was good, but Texas Roadhouse is pretty good. 8-ounce
I love
filet.
the Roadhouse.
The Roadhouse is good for the butter and the bread. I mean,
The crispy,
Isn't,
the crispy critter salad, the chicken finger salad's the best salad I've ever eaten in my life.
I like the crispy critters.
Dude,
Best.
even Longhorn, you can go get a good steak. Like
You know, I've never been there.
I think we need a podcast day out to either Grill 23 or Polana Steakhouse.
Yeah,
would be
something.
would
Absolutely.
be my opinion, guys. And we'll get some nice medium rare ribeyes.
Speaking of people who are good at things without trying, you know who isn't good at something and isn't trying at all?
What?
The lady who owns this fucking property in Saugus, as far as maintenance goes.
Yes.
This thing's a dilapidated fucking jalopy. You
I like how you brought
know,
us. Yeah, you brought us right back.
I
on track.
had to throw a real long fishing line out there to bring us back, but we're back. Yeah, this fucking lady, I don't know who owns it. What's her name?
Okay, I don't have the lady who owns
I
it.
thought it was like, it's in, all right.
I think it's
great
the
Hold on.
Smiths.
Great place to plug Reporter Matt.
Reporter Matt.
Matt Shearer, WBZ. You guys have all seen Reporter Matt's content. Great dude, great content. He's got like a super long form video on this. It's like legit like 6 minutes
Yeah,
long.
it's perfectly done.
Perfectly done. He's got the name, and it's his name's like Tammy Smith or something like that. It's like halfway through the video. Go on his account, go watch it, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see it, right?
Do you want to get into the background of why we're bringing that up
Yeah.
to this case?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So basically, and this is kind of what even drew me to this case, was that there was a rumor going around for a long time.
Whispers in the trees.
Whispers in the trees. Some very viral videos went around on TikTok, Instagram, all social media, basically saying that this college shoe building on Route 1 South in Saugus, anyone that knows that's been on Route 1, it's the dilapidated graffiti all over the building.
Next to that, is that a car dealership?
Yeah, car dealership that they just redid.
What? I've
It's
never
2 floors. How'd they get the cars on the second floor? No one knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody has
Don't
any-
have any idea.
And it has some artist put like a Prada sign on it, so it even got more attention. Like, why is there like a Prada Saugus?
It's like
sign?
hilariously ironic.
Yes,
obviously.
on like
yeah,
a
right.
dilapidated building that looks like it's straight out of like Detroit, like a Detroit dilapidated building that you see all the time,
Yep.
like straight out of 8 Mile,
Straight out of a liberal-run fucking city.
I guess.
Yep.
So this building was linked
Fucking
to
scumbags.
this Valarie Fiorenza case that they basically said that the parents owned the building and they never kept up with it, but they paid their taxes as kind of like a fuck you to the town of Saugus. Like, you fucked up my daughter's murder, investigating it.
Kind of like a placed sore thumb.
Yes, like as a reminder to the town of Saugus.
Kind of almost like if you've ever seen 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yes, very similar.
If you haven't seen 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, watch it. It's unbelievable.
I feel like this is the second or third time you've mentioned that on this podcast.
No way. Is it really?
It's definitely the second.
I don't think I've ever mentioned this.
Yes, I think you have.
Have I?
Yes, I'm pretty sure you have.
Oh, maybe it was about like somebody's parents campaigning for like the.
Yes,
okay, all right.
you
So
did.
you're kind of
Yes,
right,
I think you might have mentioned it.
Either way, it's still applicable.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
So there's the building, and if you go to Matt's video, he actually interviews Valarie Fiorenza's mother. She says she doesn't own the building and
Never did.
Never did. But it gets confusing because Valarie Fiorenza did have a flea market, so they thought that she might have had an interest. Like, she did sell stuff, so they thought that she ran the store. So it kind of got confused over time as one of those like laws or
Local
laws that it was like in that family, and that's the reason why it is what it is. It just turns out that the people that own it just pay the taxes and don't keep up with the property, which makes zero sense because I'm sure that property's worth millions of dollars because of its location.
Something could go there. I don't know what, but anything. There's like a parking lot and shit too.
Yeah.
Where I got my, like, you can like go up to it.
I have never remembered anything. I don't remember collar shoes being a thing.
A thing. Me neither. I thought there was vacuums sold out of there too at one point. Early on, I'm saying, in my life.
There probably was.
Talking like late 90s, maybe.
It probably was. Like, I probably like have a vague memory of it. I mean, I remember Full of Bull on Route 1. I mean, yeah. Do I not remember this place? No. I mean, I wasn't getting shoes back in the day.
Yeah.
Women's shoes.
Yeah.
Do I remember roast beefs? Yes, I remember roast beef places.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately. It's probably why I look like how I look. So that's kind of what brought us
This is the
to
problem
this
with
case.
capitalism, too. You open a DSW right across the highway.
I'll be 100% honest. I saw those viral videos, and it's what got me onto this case. Like, oh, my God. Like, then you start looking into the case, and it's very interesting.
Because you thought, like, more people would have talked about, like, you would have thought, especially like when we were younger, that would have got around a little bit more. But this is like a relatively new piece of like mythos.
Yeah. So whoever made it up, or they heard it, or what.
But here's the thing, and me and Matt exchanged this in the comments today because somebody asked.
Yep.
And I was like, even if it's not directly tied to Valarie Fiorenza, right? This abandoned property. The silver lining here is it does still keep the discourse around her case
100%
open.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I would have never heard about
I would have never known.
Fiorenza
I would have, if it wasn't for that one building and those videos and shit, I would never know.
I've driven by that place in the past 18 months when I saw that video a long time ago. Or however long ago it was.
We've all driven by
and I've told numerous people that this is the reason why this building is.
Oh, I've absolutely contributed to this misinformation.
100%.
100% I have.
So,
if you want to go ahead.
Yeah.
Sue me.
Yeah.
Call my, absolutely.
So, it is kind of in a weird way keeping, her case alive in a way.
Is this like a rare case where misinformation helps?
Yes. I think so.
I think so.
Because people are talking about it.
None of us would know about this if this wasn't like the mythos lore around this fucking location, right? So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with okay, so Valarie Fiorenza, do you have her? She's a Medford girl, right?
Yep. So full name, Valarie Ann Fiorenza, December 1959. She was born Medford, Massachusetts. Parents are George and Linda Fiorenza. She has at least one sister. She was raised in Medford. Jack was raised close to Medford. So kind of near there. Went to Medford schools. Did you go to Medford or Malden?
Malden.
So I went to Medford private school.
Oh, okay.
1 through 8.
Okay.
Did you go to high school?
Arlington Catholic.
Okay.
So even more west from Malden.
They were never letting you hit those streets.
No. Yeah, never.
Yeah, you would never.
She attended local Medford schools. He's never been to the Border Cafe. He's lived a sheltered life.
Yeah.
He's never been to the Border Cafe.
You're like Brendan Fraser in Blast
He went
from
to
the Past.
Prince House Pizza once.
Yeah, this is crazy.
He's not a North Shore kid whatsoever.
I've been to Prince a handful of times.
Okay.
Gotcha.
What other places on Route 1 have you not been to?
Probably most of them.
Really?
He's only 22, bro. He's not that old. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like anywhere I go, for some reason, I feel like I travel up Route 1 and then I get everywhere else. Like, I'm on Route 1 every single day.
Me too. Every day.
Multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day.
Yes.
Santarpios?
Well, Santapio's technically, I would consider Santapio's East Boston, but I do go to the Peabody
Yeah,
location.
exactly. So there's another
So
one.
you've been there, or you
Yes.
haven't been there?
Yes.
You
We
have.
have been there.
Okay. But I wouldn't consider that like Route 1 lore. Like, do you even remember like the Hilltop? Were you ever at the Hilltop? That probably closed
No.
2017. When did that close?
No,
Later?
longer than that.
Later than that?
Longer than that, yeah.
Like
Had to be
before
like 20,
that?
like 11, 12 maybe. Something like that, 13 even.
I used to sit on those cows.
Oh, yeah.
Party of 4 for Sioux City. You know?
I never went in there as like an adult, like a teenager or an adult. Only went in there as like a little kid.
I definitely went on a date with my wife there, so we're talking like a long
Oh,
time.
506 maybe.
Yeah, and their dressing, their salad dressing. Was
I've heard
unbelievable.
stories in the
Yes,
lobster
it was
pie as well.
unbelievable. Yeah, just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So she went modeling and cosmetology program at John Robert Powers School in Boston. She's described by family as petite, fashionable, and charismatic, and she had an interest in modeling and fashion from her teens on. She pursued work in the beauty and personal care industry, later joined a beauty academy as an instructor and an assistant. She had an entrepreneurial goals too. She owned a flea market. That's kind of why people like
Sort of knew who
collate.
she was. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and she had resale ventures in Massachusetts.
Got you.
She was They said she was financially independent. She maintained her own apartment for most of the time during the 80s. She started working at the Black Lace, which is a lingerie store in Revere, Massachusetts.
Squire Road, next to
on
Mobile.
Squire Road, yep, right
Yep.
across from that McDonald's.
One of those places you've driven by 1,000 times. You said, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Never went in.
Black Lace doesn't have a great reputation, I'll be honest.
Okay.
It has a
Poorly made lingerie.
No, so basically the whole store's model is that the models would model the lingerie, go into the back room, and like model it for the men, and the men would buy the lingerie. Type of those
Interesting,
things.
okay.
So she was one of those models. They said she did like really good. She was one of the most highest paid models. She was making like $600 a week, they said. Now, as a Revere kid, this has a history of prostitution. Now,
Gotcha.
I'm not
Did not
saying,
know this.
I'm not saying Valarie was a prostitute whatsoever, but there a lot of those girls that worked there.
Gotcha.
I know personal people that have went there that has indulged in prostitution at the Black Lace. People that we know very well.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm not saying that she did
think you
that.
know somebody,
Now,
you know?
I did talk to a couple Saugus police officers from back in the day. And one of the people that I talked to, the first words out of their mouth was that she might have been a prostitute. Now, that is
Verified, yeah.
verified in other things. Now, I don't know if it's just because of the reputation of the place that she worked at, but she's never been arrested. No family members have ever said that. But put that out there that's one of the rumors around her that she was engaging in prostitution. Now, it doesn't really have anything to do with the case other than the fact maybe her boyfriend got jealous.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is like the thing with that is like I feel like Massachusetts people love to like talk shit personally.
Yes.
And I think this is definitely could be a case of just some guy saying something fucking stupid just to say it.
Yep.
Because it doesn't sound like a girl with that much going on would need to do that.
Right. I would agree. And I'm sure
She clearly had like multiple.
But
Like,
it's the same thing. Like there's girls that work in strip clubs that are just dancing and they're doing nothing crazy. And then there's also other girls that work at that establishment.
there's girls that are like cocktail waitresses.
Yes.
That work in a strip club.
Yes. And
That
but
never
even,
go
but,
on stage, never show a tit. nothing.
But even dances, right? A lot of dances, I'd say 99% of dances are not engaging in prostitution. But then there's that 1% that are.
Sure.
They're going in the back room. You know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's two consenting adults doing this. So
Union guys take side work.
yeah, it's the same thing. So it's like, was she doing it? We don't know. And I just think that that's like a thing that's in the clouds because of where she worked and that other people have gotten caught doing it
Right.
at that location.
Right.
She was married to Larry Cassidy in 1984. They divorced in 1989, so they were married but they were like best friends still till 1993 when she
Probably just got married really young, ended up
yeah,
like, you know,
they were
just
married.
being like,
They
hey, it
were
was what it is.
amicable at the time of separation. She was an important figure. He was an important figure in her life, in his life. They were both important figures in each other's lives.
Mm-hmm.
They always were in contact with each other, and he's actually plays kind of a big role.
I was going to say, I wonder where he is in all this.
You'll find out.
Got you.
Yep.
So When she's 30, she begins her relationship with Saugus police officer Paul Bennett,
Correct.
right? And then in December of 92, she files a 209A restraining order alleging harassment / stalking. Despite the order, contact resumes intermittently into 1993.
Yeah, so according to court filings, December 29th, 1992, Valarie files a domestic abuse restraining order, the 209A, against Paul Bennett, against that cop from Saugus. It's basically the affidavit saying that he was stalking her, harassing her, threats, violence, and misuse of his police powers. She claims that on December 27th, so 2 days before she files, Paul Bennett spent the night stalking and harassing her at various establishments, so was following her around to all these places. So she was going to different places, whether to eat, go out to drink, and he was following her at all these places. While she was packing boxes to leave, because she was living with them at this point, so she was packing boxes to leave the apartment to, go somewhere else. Bennett allegedly threw a tantrum, throwing furniture and glass around the house. This is all in her affidavit. She asserted that Bennett threatened to use his police powers to destroy her if she ever attempted to leave him. She alleged multiple occasions where Bennett threatened to spray hairspray on her face and ignite it with a lighter, saying that he could envision her face on fire. On December 28th, she also claimed that Bennett threatened to follow, stalk, and harass her again. On the 29th, she said Bennett falsely told Saugus Police Department that she hid his gun, and she awoke in her bedroom with 2 police officers present. She just had her underwear on and I think a t-shirt, and she already had her hands behind her back, like she already had handcuffs on her. Maybe not behind her back, but she had handcuffs on her, and she wasn't told her charge at all. So she was already
Miranda
detained.
rights or anything
Yes.
like that? Okay.
And held for about 1.5 hours before being released. She expressed fear that Bennett would stalk, harass, and inflict harm on her. So this is all in that affidavit. The filing occurred after Valarie attempted to leave or separate from the living arrangement, and the restraining order was granted. So they granted the restraining order in December of 29. According to Valarie's family, despite the restraining order and serious nature of the allegations, no disciplinary was given to Bennett whatsoever by the police department. Okay, now on April 12th, okay, I'm going to go to April 12th here.
Because the next thing I have is at April 14th, yep.
Valarie gives another statement to the Saugus Police Department. So now she goes back in and tries to get that because now it's winding down. I don't know if she only had a 90-day restraining order or what it was.
Temporary one, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know
she
how
had a
long this goes
temporary
for,
one.
right.
I don't know if it was like 2 months or 3 months. She's trying to re-up the restraining order for an extra, essentially 5 days. So I think by the 17th, she needed it so she could get all her stuff out of his home, because she's still not out of the house yet. But so she needed 5 more days. So that's on April 12th. So 5 days she had till the April 17th when she had to be out of the house and she was supposedly leaving him for good. Now you can move forward.
Cut to April 14th, 1993. Valarie fails to show for work.
Yep.
April 15th, around 7:30. Oh,
I got a little bit on the 14th.
Oh, good, yep.
So Valarie doesn't show up for a work shift at that Black Lace Lounge. Her manager alerts her ex-husband, because again, the ex-husband, that Cassidy guy, Larry Cassidy,
It's probably like her emergency contact.
yes,
maybe
was her
something,
best
right?
friend.
Yeah.
They all knew that, who worked for her, that she didn't come for work. What's up? So Larry starts like paging her all day. He's getting no responses. This is back when pages were a thing. Larry actually stops by 28 Fairchild Ave, which is Paul Bennett's house.
This is on the 15th
Nope.
at 7:30.
Nope.
It's not.
This is before that.
Oh, it is.
Yep. He finds her dog outside barking. It's going to look confusing because it's 2 times. He finds her dog outside
I see
barking,
why this looks weird. Okay.
a car in the driveway, and music blasting inside. He leaves when he can't make contact, and they don't say exactly what time he leaves, but he does stop by that day, finds the dog outside, barking, a car in the driveway, and music blasting inside. This is on the 14th, okay? Now you can go to the 15th.
I have the same exact thing at 7:30 p.m., the same thing in the timeline.
Yep, so on the 15th, he goes back to the house.
Same thing.
Same exact thing. So on the 15th, he shows back up. This is around 7:30 p.m., and everything's identical. The dog's still outside barking. The music's still blasting.
It's like 24 hours later.
Exactly the same thing. all going on through the house. Now, earlier in that evening, so this is before Larry gets there the second time with the same scene set up, as the family talks and investigators talk to the neighbors, this is what they develop later, that they see neighbors witness local officers or EMTs, they're not sure what it was, checking windows in yards, and then they left. 10 minutes later, a man who appeared as a plainclothes officer enters with a key. The basement light flicks on briefly and then off. Then the person left. This is not the cops saying this. This is the neighbors from the investigators. So they talk to the neighbors. So now this is before Larry shows up. The scene's already there. Someone had entered the house, flicked on the basement light, shut it off, and an EMT or an officer had been at the house as well. So two different sets of people. Local EMT officers are checking the perimeter of the house. No one goes in. 10 minutes later, someone shows up with a key. A plainclothes officer, they described him as, goes into the house, flicks a light on in the basement, and just leaves. So this is witnesses saying that before Larry shows up at 7:30, that they saw all this happen the day before.
Okay, so now we can move to
10:15
p.m. that same night, April 15th, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now the Stadies show up.
The Stadies show up at 10:15.
They enter via window and exterior doors appear wedged shut.
Correct.
Okay, I don't know how that would wedged shut. What does that mean?
They're wedged shut with 2x4s.
Oh.
So they're wedged shut with 2x4s,
Shit.
both entryways. The front door and the back door are wedged shut.
Okay.
Completely shut, so they think that whoever was in the house, they're saying that Valarie wedged herself in. Front door and the back door.
Valarie is found in the basement closet, suspended by rope around her neck, with a stool inches from her feet.
Yep. So 10:15, Mass State Police get there. Local police are already on the scene, though. Officers first try a spare key, which they got from Paul Bennett's mother.
Okay.
So the officers that get there first, this is after Larry's like calling people and saying like, listen, I went to this house twice. You know, they try
Right.
to alert the police.
Okay.
Both exterior doors are wedged. They force entry by breaking a window. Inside, they find those 2x4 lumbers jammed up against the walls. Okay. Shortly after entry, they find Valarie in the basement in the storage closet. She's suspended from a floor joist now with a rope around her neck. They're saying that.
A floor joist. What is that?
So a floor joist is what holds your floors up. You know, that big beams. That
Oh,
go
yeah,
across
yeah.
there.
Okay.
So what they had to pop a ceiling tile. So they think that whoever did this, Valarie did this, is what the police are saying. Popped the ceiling tile, hung a rope around the floor joist, and hung herself. The stool's inches from her feet. She's pronounced dead at the scene. She's transported to Tewksbury State Hospital for an autopsy. I don't know why you go to Tewksbury.
That's the.
But
yeah.
I don't know what the
Okay.
procedure was back then.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's
either.
because the Stadies took over the investigation immediately.
Maybe that's where state police bring every victim that's
so,
dead. I don't know.
Again, talking to some Saugus police officers, they said that immediately the Mass State Police were called in because it was a Saugus police officer's home.
And it was taken out of their hands.
Completely out of their hands. They gave it up personally to be like, we want nothing essentially to do with it, so it's a independent investigation.
Right.
You know what I mean? 10:55, the medical examiner report lists the time of death at 10:55 p.m. Here's the issue with that. It's odd that he says that they say the time of death's 10:55 when they got into the house at 10:15. So by that statement, she was alive for 40 minutes still.
Oh, God.
So was she still alive? Was she still breathing? Who knows? But they're saying the time of death was 10:55. But the cop showed up at 10:15 and said she was dead. So was she dead?
I just don't know how at that point do they get, even in like 1993, are they able to like do like a time of, maybe it's because it's so recent.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so they're gonna get it. We'll get into some autopsy results because
Okay,
we do
gotcha,
have some
right.
autopsy results. But I think the point being is that by the way, like rigor mortis sets, they can
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
do
I guess
certain.
I can. Yeah. There's. Obviously, I'm clearly not that forensically adept yet. So now the scene is processed by local and state authorities. The death is ruled a suicide.
Yep.
Anomalies noted by family and consultants include body position, ligature marks, footwear, and the status of the door.
Yeah, so I'll get into like kind of the original autopsy and then the independent review from the people that the family hired. So they hired a dude out of like Chicago to basically review the autopsy and give his opinions on it. So basically the original autopsy concludes that Valarie's death was due to hanging, and obviously they treated it as a suicide. They listed the time of death, 10:55 p.m. They noted the body was found suspended from the basement closet and the stool was nearby. Many of the portions of the autopsy were redacted so that this guy wasn't really working on the full thing. He only got a redacted and withheld portion of the autopsy. The public never gets to see the full version of the autopsy.
Here we go again with this.
Yeah. So Dr. Rowe. Dr. Rowe's the dude that they hire. They hire this guy, Dr. Rowe. I believe it's a guy. I'm just going to say it's a guy.
Okay.
Dr. Rowe reviewed the autopsy report and the scene photos as provided by the family. He noted that, now we're going to get into some medical terms, posterior lividity and partial rigor mortis, the rigidity in the back and the legs, which in his opinion does not align with typical hanging scenarios. Specifically, lividity over lower extremities and posterior side of the body, which is the back side of the body, suggests the body was lying on its back over a period of death rather than suspended immediately.
So in other words, her legs are like not smushed. You know what I mean? Like like I'm sitting in this chair right now.
So I guess lividity and rigor mortis, it sets in by the way that the body's blood pools. So
Okay.
like if someone's found on their back, their blood would pool on their back. If someone's found hanging, you would assume that the blood would pool
In their feet.
to their feet, to the lowest possible, you know what I mean?
Point, right,
Yes.
of course.
So that's usually where blood flows, gravity, right? It's gonna,
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of why they to drain a body, don't they put holes in the feet
Correct.
like embalmers and
I'm
shit?
pretty sure they do. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Even like didn't like Egyptians do that too to mummify people and shit,
I believe so.
if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, think about when how do they hang deer? Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Partial rigor in the legs, feet, and back is inconsistent with typical suspension hanging scenarios. He points out that a lack of expected findings for strangulation and hanging in some respects. So basically, he's saying this doesn't even, because they thought, if you hung yourself, there'd be certain like markers they would look for. One of those things is called petechiae, which is like blood vessels in the
Popping
eyes.
in the eyes
You
and stuff,
usually
yeah.
see like red petechiae, like you see the blood vessels popping. They don't see that in this body. So there's no petechiae, there's no like pinpoint hemorrhages in the eyes. They don't see any of that. They were not mentioned in the autopsy report whatsoever, and no pictures showed it. So that is usually like the telltale sign of asphyxiation, is that because they're struggling. There's some type of it happens. The hemorrhages in the eyes. He raised the possibility that the rope was applied after death, that the body was moved and manipulated. He states the possibility that the victim had been strung up after death cannot be ruled out due to these factors.
Got you.
He characterized the original investigation and autopsy as superficial. Like basically they just,
Surface level.
it's almost like they got to their conclusion and they just made everything fit to the conclusion of suicide.
Kind of sounds like a familiar case that recently came through Massachusetts
Yes.
over the last 2 years. Pretty high profile.
Very similar.
When you think
You
about
talking
it.
about Sandra Birchmore?
Nope. Talk about Karen Reed.
Okay. Well, same thing, pretty much.
Kind of, yeah. It's
Well, Sandra Birchmore is I think even more of a correlation because Sandra Birchmore was murdered by a cop,
Yeah.
or he just got arrested. Let's say allegedly, he was allegedly
I
murdered.
guess technically right. Yeah.
They ruled it as a suicide to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people found that the way that she was hung, I think she tied a belt around her neck into a drawer, like a drawer. That it was tied.
Allegedly, she didn't.
Allegedly,
Right,
she didn't.
right.
That it was tied so tight that she passed out in like 10 seconds, they say.
Which doesn't really happen, right?
It doesn't really happen. And the way you would hang yourself would be, like if you're going to hang yourself, you would hang yourself from something higher up usually than like a bureau.
Right.
So
yeah.
the way so this is where it kind of lines up is like, yes, they thought it was a suicide. They let everything match it and they just never did
I
an
was just saying,
investigation.
my first thought was Karen Reed because it was like, oh, yeah, She hit him. That was it.
Now, they do point to, like, that she did have a history one time, that she did spend a little bit of time with mental health issues, that she did, I think she took, they said she took some prescription pills once.
Who are you talking about?
Valarie.
Oh, well, okay.
And
That's
she might have been a little bit depressed in certain areas. And there was 3 notes, none outright saying, like, basically saying that she was leaving Paul. That's what all the notes. So there was a note on a candle, which was like kind of a poem. There was a note on the fridge, but none of them are outright. It was just more like, I'm leaving Paul type thing, like, see you later, Paul. But she's leaving Paul, so why wouldn't she write a letter to Paul? Like, I'm out of here type thing. There was no outright, but they point to all those as being suicide notes, but it never says, like, I'm done with this life, anything like this.
Do they know she wrote them?
No handwriting analysis or anything like that, so...
Pat loved that fucking point right there.
Here's the
Pat
thing.
just
So
got
the
Pat
block
loved that.
doors, too. We have to get into the block doors. They block the doors in the front and the back. So they say there's only 2 entryways, really, is the front door and the back door. They're both blocked by the 2x4s. She was the only one in there. No one could get in. What they fail to mention is there's a basement bulkhead. There's a basement bulkhead. Everyone knows what a bulkhead is, right? Those 2 doors that usually enter into people's backyards, side yards, all that stuff.
We had one in Georgetown. Remember the one around
You
the
had
back?
a bulkhead, right?
Yep, we had a bulkhead.
That was not wedged shut.
No.
So there's 3 points of entry. There's the front door, the back door, and that basement bulkhead. She was found in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible that someone could have left through that basement door or entered through that basement door? Yes, very possible. So to say that all the entryways are blocked is a lie, because they're not. That basement bulkhead was not wedged shut. So there is a way for someone to come in or out. So to say that it was a
It's
secure
also like
scene,
no way you don't sweep the perimeter of the house, even like on a
Right.
surface level, and don't see this
yes.
bulkhead.
So now there's no witness accounts of someone entering or exiting the bulkhead.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a thing that they've said Paul Bennett has used in the past. Neighbors have said that Paul Bennett has used the bulkhead in the past. Obviously, it's his bulkhead.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. He's been in
Put
and
shit
out of
in
it.
your basement.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
exactly.
That doesn't mean... That doesn't...
Instead of walking down your narrow ass like stairs in your house to like bring
Yeah, if you're
something
bringing-
heavy down, to you
yes.
use the bulkhead. That's what everybody does.
So here's the thing, too. The family doesn't love the fact that, like, she would know to pop a ceiling tile, to find a floor joist, to hang herself. That's what they think happened. It's the only ceiling tile that's really missing, is the ones where she needed to wrap the rope around. Is that something that she would know how to do? There was no, like, knot tied. She wasn't good at tying knots. This is one of the things people say, that she's not good at tying knots. The way that it's looped around 3 times around the thing. A lot of people feel that she was actually raised onto the thing. That the independent investigators say that it's a possibility that she was raised after the fact. Mm-hmm. With the way the rope is, it's very easy to, because now you have leverage to raise a body over a joist with the rope. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just the lack of transparency in the autopsy and investigation.
Yep.
The means of entry is not, and there's no real actual suicide note, in that she wanted to leave him because she went. It's not like she was doing something she didn't want to do.
A handwriting analysis should have been done here
Yeah,
immediately, in my opinion. I don't know how you don't do that.
I think it's.
Find
I think
notes, not just one. If they do it for John Benet Ramsey, they probably should have done for this girl.
Well, I think because she just killed herself. That was it. She killed herself. You know, she was depressed. All this stuff. You know,
Right.
She regretted. You know, even taking out the.
I feel like cops back in the day, even some now, like, it's not your job to tell us like the obvious. It's their job to like tell us what we don't see, or what people missed. Like,
Yes.
you don't need to go 6 months into a police academy and take a full course on law and pass the civil service exam to tell us somebody like that we're looking at is like, oh, exactly what we think.
Yeah, so I guess you have to. Were they trying to protect their own in a way? Like, were they just?
I mean, I know,
did they,
that was a thing from other law enforcement family members in our family, that like guys would do that.
Yeah.
It's back your brothers and shit like that. No matter what, when it's like, I mean, whatever. I don't think that's a thing now. Now, kind of can't be. I mean,
Yeah, but again, the Massachusetts State Police steps in, so the Saugus Police have
Right.
really nothing to do with the investigation.
right. He's placed on leave.
He's placed on leave, but he retires in 2017 after 26 years of service. No discipline was ever given to him.
That recently?
Yes.
Holy shit.
So he did 26 years. He was never disciplined by the department.
This guy's got a fucking pension.
Because the case was oh yeah, his pension fully vested, all that stuff. Again, is it conjecture? Yeah, a lot of this is conjecture, right? Because there's only two people in this world that actually know what happened to Valarie Fiorenza. It's Valarie Fiorenza and Paul Bennett.
Or allegedly whoever killed her.
Yeah. Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the case was ruled a suicide. Nothing ever happened to Paul Bennett whatsoever. So he was a cop, retired, full vested service. He's got a pension. He's chilling his life wherever he is right now.
Yeah. There's been multiple petitions to reopen this case.
Yep.
And denials cite the lack of new probative evidence.
Yeah, they're basically saying there's not enough evidence to reopen it. There's nothing new. It's all, right. It's all hearsay in terms of, I think that for them to say, is there enough here to reopen it? I don't know what that standard is from a cop. Like, what's the standard? Like, there probably would have to be some type of confession, some type of physical evidence.
Something they could use in a court of law.
But
I would think was what it would need to be, right? It would need to be something they could use in a case.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even an unverified tip doesn't really work. You would need like a weapon or a confession.
Yeah, or some witness somewhere,
Yeah, so now, am I going to keep moving forward? The case is revisited by regional media and there's certain podcasts, the Dark Down East podcast specifically.
Yep.
Obviously, there's been theories focusing on domestic violence and a possible cover-up. That's obviously, that's kind of what the whole episode is about here. Then there's been calls for re-examination with modern forensics that have been persisting, but the case still remains officially a suicide.
Right. So modern forensics, right? Like there's either DNA or something, but his DNA is going to be in his own house.
Yeah.
Right? But again, what if it's not Paul Bennett? What if it's somebody else?
Right.
It could be anybody. It doesn't have to be Paul Bennett. I mean, I think a lot of people look towards him because of the restraining order, because he was ready to leave, because she was given 5 days. What's the chances that this all happens when she wanted to leave? She clearly wants.
Yeah, we don't know this kid. We don't know that this guy did it, but we do know that there was a motive.
There's 100%. There's obviously a motive.
Right.
She told everybody that she wanted to leave him. And then 5 days before 3 days actually before she's supposed to leave, she's packing up everything.
Dead.
She turns up dead.
Like I said, I never want to put the code on somebody. We're just talking to you about facts here. And I'm not going to lie. Like, do things point in a certain direction? Yes. But again, it's like there's always just enough to not be able to, because you get any type of like conviction or anything like that, you need to be 100%.
I do wish maybe the police could just like do a real quick thing, re-examine the autopsy, re-examine all the stuff, and
I think it's absolutely worth a relook. 100% it is.
I don't think it hurts anybody.
No, doesn't at all.
Taxpayer dollars are wasted on
way more trivial and fickle bullshit than this.
Yeah, this is someone's life.
Someone's life, somebody's family that's been affected. I think it's absolutely worth looking at again, especially, it's not like looking at it 5 years later. They're looking at it 32 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think forensic technology's come a considerable leap and bound in 3 decades.
Yeah. Obviously, the family does suspect Paul Bennett.
Sure.
He had threatened her in the past.
Do we know where he is now?
I think he's just retired.
Oh.
Yeah. He's just retired, living his life. He, it seems like if you could look him up right now, it seems like he retired with good marks. So there was no other cases in the future that we know of that became public whatsoever. Besides this, I guess, would you call it a blip? I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing enough to get a restraining order taken out against you, yeah, yes. Probably.
I mean, it's very coincidental that he gets a restraining order filed on him, that he's going to be violent, that she's fearing for her life, and then 3 days before it's up.
There also was one example of him, like, using, like, police power to, like, have her detained that time.
Have her detained.
That's like an intimidation tactic.
Yeah, she's essentially, like, close to naked, being handcuffed, and that's how she gets
In her
arrested.
sleep.
Yeah, she gets arrested in her underwear. They don't even let her get dressed.
Yeah. So
there's
clearly a line that was stepped over here.
Yes. So
Verifiably once.
yes. Well, again, if you believe Valarie Fiorenza's statement,
Sure. Right.
I think that would be the case. That I would assume that's what he's saying, is that everything
This is
she's
one of those
saying.
things that just would never happen in the social media era. If people bash
I
social
think it would.
media.
I think it would blow up a lot faster.
Well, that's the other thing is like if there's one thing about social media that I will say is a positive is it like helps people get help
Yeah.
quicker, you know?
Yeah.
Because back in these days it was just easy to sweep something. I don't want to say easy, but
Probably
much more,
easier. Yeah.
You know, feasible to like to pull something like this off if you were going to cover something up. I obviously you hear there's corruption in different state police. State police, local police. It's tougher to do now, obviously, with the way technology
But if you
is.
think about it, there is cases
But
like
there is still stuff, yeah.
if you think about, I can name 5 cases off the top of my head that involve some type of police corruption or assumed police corruption
100, oh yeah,
that have happened in the past 3 years.
absolutely, yes. So it
So-
still happens today. I'm just saying it's easier to catch.
Yeah. And it's nothing. It's like exactly what we said before. There's 99% of, strippers don't actually engage in prostitution. 99% of cops are
don't
doing
do
the right
shit like
thing.
this, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's not like, I don't want this to be like the anti-cop podcast.
No, absolutely not.
Because I don't think that's true either.
No,
There's
absolutely
bad
not.
apples in every single profession.
Every single profession. There's scumbag financial advisors,
Yes.
sandbagging lawyers,
Every
judges
position.
that take bribes. The shitbags in every single bad agents.
Yes.
Bobby Orr's fucking agent screwed him out of ownership in the Bruins.
Dane Cook's brother stole
Dane Cook's
millions
brother
of
stole
dollars
money from. If you remember, I don't know if you follow hockey, Pat. You might. Jack Johnson, his parents like stole his career earnings.
Yeah, I did.
And he's
hear
like
that, yeah.
bankrupt now, but no, not now. I mean, he's recouped a good amount of it, but I think they got him for like $8 million or something like that.
It's crazy. It's
Like,
like Macaulay Culkin.
There's shitbags
Yeah.
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just scumbags everywhere.
Yeah, so it's not. I don't want to like just be like, "Well, we're bashing cops. Why didn't
No,
they do
not at
more?
all.
Why didn't they?" I get it. Like we all have family members, friends, loved ones that all work for police
And law
departments.
enforcement and stuff. Yeah.
We think that there's some of the good ones.
Yeah.
But you can't. You got to be held to a higher standard when you hold public office in any type of thing.
Anything.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
These are the people that are supposed to be like protecting law and protecting justice and all that stuff.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
I
And I
mean-
think it's a matter of God, like it puts them not in a tough spot, but it's like when you see one person fucking it up for everybody else, you're like, dude, like it's almost like I'm not that I'm drawing a parallel here, but it's like going to like your friend that's got like an addiction problem or something and being like, yo man, you should probably cut the shit and like wake the fuck up. But it's hard to have that conversation like and tell a grown person what to do with their life. Like I imagine there's guys that probably see stuff and maybe want to like mind their business a little bit, and it can be tough to like be that guy. Fucking the movie Serpico. Anybody seen Serpico with Al
Yeah,
Pacino?
yeah.
Whole movie's about him going after like corrupt New York cops as a New York cop. It can be a daunting thing. You know what I mean? It can be a hard thing to do, even
The
though
Departed.
it is. The Departed, anything, whatever the fuck, yeah.
There's plenty of movies like that.
Plenty of movies like that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think it takes a real brave person though
Copland.
to go against the grain and
Definitely.
Yeah. So,
Definitely.
like,
Definitely.
If anybody does know anything about this case, please let
Oh
us know.
yeah, absolutely. Like messages, we keep it anonymous, obviously. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course, always. But that's why we do stuff like this, is to hopefully get more light on shit like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody that saw something that might not have said something before, even if it's like
All from an
anonymous thing.
Instagram video.
All from an IG video.
All G video.
The beauty of social media, if you want
Yeah.
to call it that. Takes, producers, you guys are quiet this episode.
Well, the tie to this house is one of the most fascinating things to me because it feels like there's really no official tie.
There is
but-
none.
It almost feels like somebody did this intentionally.
Right. So that's the craziest part for me is how
Right.
it all started and how it stuck.
What's the genesis of it? Yeah.
That's the part that I don't fully understand.
I think people have a dying, well, not a dying need, but a need to like see things be solved. So like true crime fascinates people, right? So like I think that someone just made it up
like consciously
as a way
Yeah.
to,
I would I honestly like I said, this is like the one time misinformation like helps.
Well, it's kind of like, there's a bunch of sites you can think of in your head that you grew up like, okay, this place is haunted. Let's go to this person's
Yeah,
house. There's a house
people have
involved
been
in behind town line.
People have been
crazy.
people have been creating lore around landmarks
Yes.
since the beginning of
Danvers
time.
State Hospital. We've all went to Danvers State Hospital, try to go in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's all session 9. You know what I mean?
Maybe not we all, but some people have.
never
Yeah,
have?
nope. Can't
Oh,
say
okay.
I did.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
Can't say I did that. Nope. That was like a 2002 activity for you, maybe,
Yeah,
or something like that. I
okay.
don't know what the fuck it was. Yeah, not we all. No, but people have been creating lore around locations. It could be a rock, literally, like a haunted rock.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in the Bridgewater Triangle episode coming up soon.
Triangle, yeah.
But yeah, people have been doing that since the old man Jenkins' house down the street. Oh, it's haunted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know. So, I mean, I don't know where it started from. It's crazy because I believed it up until fucking a week ago.
Right.
Like,
The house Auntie Claire lived in on Lincoln Ave, that was because she lived there.
yes.
But people did say it was haunted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That, yeah.
I believe that too.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. Who knows where it started from? I'm glad it did start because you get to look into this. I mean,
Well, yeah, it led to something positive. You know what I mean? Maybe if you have a story you think is worth a second look, or there's some uncovered justice, find a creepy location and and get the do a little PR stunt and plant the story a little bit. Do what
Yeah.
you got to do.
I don't hate it.
However it works.
Yeah.
However you got to
Maybe
do
you
it.
can get more eyeballs on something.
Susan Taraskowitz's parents just bought a fucking billboard.
Did they?
I mean, no, they had it for years
Yeah.
in West Revere,
Oh, yeah, okay.
right on Washington
you meant
Street.
they did it now.
No. I think it's down now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was up there forever. That might
was
be
up there
something
for-
we want to touch on.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But that was up there for
Yeah.
forever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's weird how like a local lore in just the telling a ghost story almost
Yeah.
does lead to discourse about something that is worth a second look, in my opinion, in the opinion of most people who are familiar with
Yeah.
this story.
I think a second look here would be fantastic.
I think so,
for
too.
both the
Warranted.
family. Yeah, warranted. Yeah.
For sure. Jack, Pat, was that your only take?
I don't know. This one's so tough. I don't know if there's really a conclusion to make here. Like, I think it's one of those things where you just have somewhere in your neighborhood where it's like, all right, like, what's going on here? Like you've said. So
The creepy house at the end of the street.
yeah, exactly. Everybody has that.
Every town has that.
Yeah.
I really wish we had like an autopsy guy like on staff here at the Search Podcast. I would really love to see what like our autopsy guy says about this autopsy.
We need an independent autopsy guy.
We do. So if anybody knows anybody that has any type of coroner experience or
Yep.
something like that has done autopsies,
Come on out.
yeah, come on out and be the Search's autopsy person.
Yeah, absolutely. Because can you look up the autopsy?
I could get probably a redacted version of the autopsy. I don't know if we can get a full one. I don't
Well,
think
we got it for you.
Yeah.
We got to think is the full one out there somewhere? Who knows?
I know. It's tough. They never release them.
I know.
I mean, I wonder
These
if you
motherfuckers.
FOIA them, Freedom of Information Act them.
Right.
If you would get a full autopsy.
We can get you something.
Yeah.
We can get you something.
That may be worth a look.
I think so, personally.
And we're like 13, 14 episodes in, I don't even know, when this one drops. We've kind of come up with a lot of questions, a lot of good points that if we just had a little bit more info, so it might be time to bring someone on.
And you're talking about just stuff that's been generically, genuinely, organically, like developed on this pod. I'm
Right.
saying like just questions and discourse that we have had.
Yeah.
Right.
And they could be simple answers.
Right.
And it's just like, I think that would help if we had an autopsy guy.
Organically generated is what I was trying to say then. So I just fought through that tooth and nail.
Organically generated.
Organically generated questions about, like I said, I would love to see, is the evidence gone?
I think if we put in a Freedom of Information Act request.
Get me the notes. I want to see the
I
notes.
think we can get whatever we want. It's just how long it will take.
Because you've got to think her mother has something that she wrote. Right?
I think we could investigate
Like a birthday
things
card or
a lot
something?
further if we wanted to.
Yeah. I would like to see if these notes are still available. Even a picture of them. That's all you need. I don't need the fucking piece of paper. Just need a picture of them.
So the family can test, though, the notes that they're just essentially like they're not suicide notes.
But even still, is if she wrote whether she, I just want to
never questioned that she didn't write them.
Okay.
But there's 3 different versions of them. One's on a greeting card. One's on a candle that's like a poem.
Were these just planted in the house? Where were these?
One's carved into a candle, a poem. But that
Carved into a candle?
Yeah, but again,
How big's the fucking candle?
I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing like a Yankee, I don't know.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like, how big does a candle have to be to you to fit a
See
whole
what I mean?
fucking
Like,
poem
he
on
asked
it?
the craziest question.
But like, how big is the candle? Is it like a giant animal fat candle?
I was a
from,
little
like, the
confused
Native
by that
American
one
times?
too.
Yeah,
It's
I
on a
know, dude. It's
a
carved
Yankee
into a
candle's
candle.
this fucking big. What do you? I mean, unless you have like a fine like a what's a pottery chisel to be like, you know what I mean? And you're in like this small little tribal letter. I don't know what the fuck. I'm being serious. It's like a real thing. Like, how big is the candle?
I don't know. I was assuming it'd be a pretty decent sized candle. I wasn't thinking it was like a tea candle. I was thinking like maybe like a 4-inch round big one.
Is it in the wax or
Like
the
one
glass
that goes
casing?
on a mantle. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like a mantle candle.
Yeah, big ass candle. It's got to
Yeah.
be a big candle,
A big candle.
not a nightstand
Had some
candle.
girth on it.
Okay, a wide candle.
A girthy candle, yeah. That I think that was carved into.
Yeah,
I
it
can
can't have
try-
it can't have a label.
No, I'm thinking like a straight up wax
I'm asking
candle.
like a real. This is a real
know,
investigative
I-
question.
All right,
if you're gonna carve
me
it into
try
the
to
side
find-
of a
let me-
candle, are you carving it into the wax on the candle? Because you can't carve. What are you gonna carve through the Yankee Candle sticker on it?
I get it. I get what you're saying.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being
know.
dead serious. To go above the yank, like where you, and then like fitting in
Let's
between.
go into your thing and look on ChatGPT and see if they can elaborate on the note on the candle with Valarie Fiorenza. I'm gonna write it on there. Elaborate on the note.
I already have a thread dedicated to it. Hold on a second. Ori, where are you?
We might need to bring in a candle specialist.
Where is the candle guy? The Native American candle person.
Is Yankee available?
Yeah, where are they?
Okay, I got the text on it. Scratched into it. This was the home I loved best until Paul hit me in jest. So that assumes that he hits him in.
Wait a fucking
I
minute.
was right. Hit me once and you'll hit me twice. I love my Paul. Now it's forever. Heaven can't wait.
He wrote this.
Then one was tackled on the fridge. Okay, so I have all 3. One was tackled on the fridge. Paul, when I called you at the station this morning, I just wanted to tell you, I told the chief I just wanted you to get help, not get fired. That's the second one on the fridge. Then this is the one on the card. Life is like a candle. One day you just burn out. I love him, but he never believed me. Your chief said I couldn't be with you. Wouldn't help you get better. Paul, get better.
Hold on. Read the second to last line in that.
Your chief said I couldn't be with you. Wouldn't help you get better. It wouldn't help you get better.
The one before that.
Okay. Life is like a candle. One day you just burn out.
Nope.
I love him, but he never believed me.
That's the prostitution link right there. That is right there. I'm telling you.
I love him, but he never believed me.
Bingo. He definitely thought she was a hooker and she wasn't. The model and lace thing. You see what the fuck I'm talking about
I
here?
can't find the size of the candle.
Who gives a fuck at this point? I don't care if she wrote it on a birthday candle.
They called them suicide notes. The family doesn't feel like they're suicide notes.
It's not a suicide note at all. There's nothing that says I want to die on that or hints at that. Pat, that's the link right there. So maybe she did write him. The rhyming is a little bit crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a little bit.
But maybe she liked to write poems. Some people do like to write poems.
Okay, when I'm being domestically abused, might not be the time to rhyme. I feel like you can get the point home without doing that. How focused are we on cadence here?
Maybe she liked haikus.
Maybe she was a double entendre kind of chick. I don't know. She would have loved Jay-Z. What do you want me to tell you?
Scratch into the candle is unusual.
Never heard of that in my life. But but again, this is a person who was like clearly being abused in some kind of way. So maybe she wasn't in her right frame of mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Well, here's my so if you're carving into a candle, That's something that takes time. Would you agree? You're
Yeah.
in full control.
That's the other thing. You have to sit there with the candle.
You're in full control of yourself. It's
Also,
not
if
like
you
you're
fuck up, you can't like scratch it out.
You're in full control. It's not like you're in a hasty hurry.
Why'd you laugh at the observation? It's a real thing.
We got to go past the candle thing.
He won't
No,
get
but
over
the
the
candle thing is a real player here.
Yeah.
I'm not being an actor.
But I told you it was carved into a candle earlier.
Right.
I know,
well,
but
good.
like, you
Well,
gotta
good.
think. But I'm literally piggybacking off your point. You gotta think this is like a meticulous,
Yes.
like concentrated thing.
To me, they seem
It's
like
not me scribbling
goodbye
on a
notes.
piece of paper like this.
They seem like goodbye notes to the relationship more than to her life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like goodbye notes to the relationship.
right.
That's like how I read them. But you could see how a cop could just be like, yeah, those are, she said it burnt out like a candle,
What the fuck was this guy
and
doing?
she's
That she wanted to
hanging.
kill herself
It's not like
then?
she wasn't hanging from a joist. So she is hanging. Most people die by hanging. It's usually from suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what the cops are thinking.
The never believe me thing is what I'm telling you. There was like a jealousy controlling thing allegedly going on here. I think.
Well, I'm assuming no matter what, even if she wasn't doing prostitution, maybe he was just getting jealous of the fact that she's modeling lingerie.
or that. Okay.
You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's
that.
not. It's like we know people that like won't even date cocktail waitresses at bars, like bottle girls, because they're bottle girls. Like
Right.
certain guys have a thing where like maybe he was jealous of her profession
Right.
because she's modeling lingerie in front of other guys for essentially money.
Yeah, a
know what
guy
I mean?
can come in and see like your ass.
Yeah. So well, I mean, yes, I would assume
I mean,
lingerie is lingerie.
Yeah, it's not the TJ Maxx granny panty
Yes.
section.
So I would assume it's what you would think lingerie is.
Yeah.
So you could see that it's very easy for someone to get jealous.
I
of
just
that.
think there's a hint of jealousy in here. And I think this guy thought she was a hooker like the other people that worked there were
the
alleged.
family did contend that he was extremely jealous, controlling, and that he was always like, at first it started off like they were actually very happy because he was a cop, and it was like, okay, she's protected by him. But then it turned into, they felt like his whole demeanor changed as time went on, and it felt more controlling, the relationship. And then obviously when that 209A and then all that stuff came out, they were like,
Well, the bad thing about every shitty relationship is like rarely does it start out like, oh, this started out fucking horrible and it just kept getting worse.
Yeah.
It usually starts like, again, the honeymoon phase, then that ends, and then you see who people really are after
Yeah.
like 2 months.
yeah.
You know? So I'm kind of glad that I asked for the note, kind of credit to myself here, because that, I think, is the key pointer here. He never believed what?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he could have been jealous of the relationship she had with her ex-husband. I mean, there's a lot of
Or
things
that,
he
yeah,
was
oh
jealous
yeah,
of.
there's that. Okay, there's that
Yeah.
too. Yep, that's a good
Yeah.
point. That's also a good point.
You're friendly
right?
with your ex-husband. I mean, that could get
You're still
people.
fucking him or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
He called you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be a million things.
Like, why are you talking to him again?
Why are you talking to him again? Yeah.
He's
right.
paging you all day.
I would love to know what Larry and Paul's relationship was like.
It's a good point. I don't know.
I would like to know.
I don't think Larry has high regard to Paul.
I would imagine not.
Yeah.
I would imagine not. But if Larry Cassidy's out there and somebody wants to put us in touch with him, I'd like to talk to this guy. Sounds like a solid guy. Decent guy.
Seems like he was there for her. when he
Therefore,
needed her.
trying to look out for her, be a decent, you love somebody at one point, you never really stop loving somebody, you
Here's
think.
my beef with this situation. 7:30. There's two beefs.
I'll
We'll
go
go
back
back
to
to
the
we'll
timelines
go real fast back to the timeline just to wrap it all up, and we get off the candles. Okay.
Okay.
The time of death is 10:55. They enter at 10:15. That's weird.
Yep.
The fact that neighbors see people enter the house before Cassidy goes back to the house the second time and sees the whole scene undisturbed. So in between the first sighting and the second sighting, people see officers and EMT workers looking at the perimeter of the house. Then they see a guy go into the house with the key.
After these people leave.
Before Cassidy comes back the second time, yes.
This is between, you're saying, when, like, the EMT police are doing the perimeter
This is
sweep.
before they find the body.
No, I know that. I'm
Yes.
saying they do the little perim skim.
Okay, yeah. So
Skim the perim.
day one, the day before.
Yeah.
Cassidy goes because he's been paging her all day. Sees the music. That's the first day. Sees the music blasting. The dog outside.
Right.
Before he comes back the next day, 24 hours later, in between that time, Neighbors see local EMTs or officers looking at the outside of the house. Then they see a plainclothes officer with the key open up the house.
I just need to
goes
know if
into
this
the
is
house.
after these people leave or if this guy.
Yes,
Well,
it's two different people.
okay, so this is two different.
Local
like,
EMTs. Then 10 minutes later, this other guy comes with the key, enters the house, flicks on the basement light. So it's in that basement. Before.
Did they try and open the front door?
Who? No. Yes, everything was locked at the time. The original EMT people. Yes, they just looked at the thing. I don't know if they opened the door or what, but they were looking at the property.
Because I'm trying to think if this guy just opened the door and walked in.
There's certain
door.
reports that it was a canine car that came on one of them to check on the dog, like local EMT officers with a canine officer. The problem is that this is where like there's no reports from the Saugus Police Department of any of this stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that doesn't make sense either. So the fact that witnesses see people at the house before Cassidy calls the cops, that's suspicious. The 40-minute window of when they walk in there and see the dead body and when she actually dies at 10:55, how accurate is that 10:55 time is the question.
Right.
So
'Cause you gotta think,
it's
what
very
did they just,
odd.
What did they just wait upstairs for like 40 minutes before they went into the basement?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Why are you so hung up on that, Al? What do you think happened in that timeline?
What do I think happened in that timeline?
Yeah, like the 30 minutes.
Well, it's crazy that it's two things. It's either that she was still alive when they got there and they didn't perform CPR, or something happened after 10:15 in that house. So the cops get there and something happens after that.
Yeah, because when I first heard that, I just assumed the timeline was a little messy, like it
Yes.
is what it is. But you keep bringing it back because you think it's potential
I think it's potential
that there
two
was
things.
a crime committed in
Or that she was dying and they let her die. Or they just didn't do any CPR. They just started looking at the house. I don't know. I don't like that 40 minutes. That's one of the things everyone mentions about this case.
It's a long time.
Like,
Especially
why is
like
it that
in
off?
Yeah.
Now, does it happen all the time? Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
I was
that's
thi-
still too close. Like, you walk into the house and she just
You would have
died.
thought everybody's kind of like all like like they're spreading out and sweeping the area like I'm the house immediately. Upstairs, middle floor, upstairs, downstairs, basement.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming they're going in to look for her.
Well, yeah.
Because there's a wellness check on her.
Right.
So I think the first thing they're going to search everywhere, and then they're going to find her hanging, you know.
Right.
That's what the police are saying, that they find her hanging in the basement. I don't know. The 40 minutes is just like, maybe it's just another, like a red herring where it's like, you know, you're just thinking about that. You're thinking about candles, you know. Like, you're just thinking about candles. I'm just thinking about that 40 minutes.
No, I'm just trying.
I don't like that someone said that they flicked the basement light on, too. Like, before they find her. So, like, why was that basement light flicked on?
Yeah. So, how long did they say the person was there for? Maybe 10 minutes?
No, 10 minutes after. They just say
No, how long were they in the house for?
they don't
Do we
give
know?
a time. There's no time.
Oh,
range.
that's going to tell you a lot. That's a big piece of information.
But again, if you believe that 10:55
Because if
time,
you gotta think,
she wasn't fully dead until
So
10:55.
right. So here's the thing: if you're the neighbor, right, and you just watched all the cops enough to like witness this, and then you see this guy pull up, you're definitely not like taking your eyes off the house. They definitely watched until he left. Why would you not? Because if it was me and you living in that house, I'd have been like, "Yo, Al, come here. Some guy just fucking pulled up."
yeah,
It's 1993, and our TV doesn't have a satellite dish right now. But we can watch
93
this.
you had satellite.
Eh,
Yeah, 93 is satellite. DirecTV. When was DirecTV invented?
I don't know.
I feel like I had DirecTV.
You guys had everything. You guys had every
Yeah.
channel too. You guys are scumbags.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Doesn't
but I
matter
know what
anyway.
you're saying. I do agree. Listen,
But I'm
I'll
like,
do that
I'm
now.
saying like, yo, hey, like some one guy just fucking.
Oh, I
showed,
do that
like,
now.
What's going on?
It's
Right.
2025. I got all the distractions in the world.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be. There's some level of curiosity.
Everybody says like, oh, mind your business and stuff, but bro, you live next to these people.
Plus, you're probably like, why is this girl blasting this music for fucking 2 straight days?
days. That's
Why is
another
the dog
thing.
barking the whole
for
time?
2 straight days.
I think it's honestly insane that the cops weren't called earlier. But maybe they were. That's why the local police were actually searching the outside of the building.
Right.
before Cassidy comes and makes 2 calls to the police department. So at 7:30, he makes 2 calls and it takes them the second call for them to even come.
Right.
That's why they don't come till 10:15. He makes the calls at 7:30. That's 3 hours after. What are they waiting for?
I mean, nothing in Saugus is happening that crazy. I don't care what the fuck it is. I don't care if it's a gang initiation weekend. I don't give a fuck. Nothing in Saugus is happening where like that much police presence is occupied to where nobody can go to a wellness check 3 hours
Maybe there's
after
maybe
it's
there's
made.
some big party at Wayloos. I don't know.
Maybe somebody got shot in Wayloos.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
The point being is that it took 3 hours for them to like show up to the scene. I think that's a long time. The 40 minutes I can't get over. Pat pointed that right out. I can't
Right.
get over it. So,
and
I don't know.
And me,
It's just-
I'm over here like Elton John with a candle in the wind
Yes.
right now. So that's what we. Yeah. So that's where I'm at.
How big do you think that candle really was?
It's got to be about the size of this.
To make out the lettering on a carved candle.
That's what I'm saying.
She
That's what I'm saying.
She must have had great penmanship. Think
Or
about
just
it.
or just time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the fuck it was, or just an odd thing. If
I
it's
would
in
like
the
to see a picture of the candle now, and I would like to see the picture of the rest of the notes, and I'd really like to see how the whole, like, how's the rope tied around, like, how did
It's
she
got to
get
be a
herself
crime
up?
scene photo somewhere.
Yes, like
So-
for her to pop a sailing tile. I'm not saying women aren't like, but I would never even think to pop a sailing tile and find a floor joist
No.
to hang yourself. You know
I
what I'm
wouldn't at
saying?
all.
Like, that's a very intricate thing to think about.
Yeah, I wouldn't at all. I would not think that at all. And with that being said, I think this is going to make for a great episode. Yeah. That's the story of the Route 1 abandoned, well, not really. The story attached to it, I should say. And that's another episode of The Search. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.